Hi students, welcome to plus one computer class. In this section we are continuing the topic evolution of computing. So we already learned different types of machines starting from abacus. So and our last computer was Mark I computer. So these computers are belonging to evolution of computing, and also we already seen different types of generation starting from first generation to fifth generation. So in every generation different types of machines were introduced. In first generation, a scientist called John von Neumann introduced a concept called stored program concept. Okay, stored program concept. From that time onwards, computers were used for processing data and also for storing information and also for executing some arithmetic operation. So from seconds to nanoseconds, we can execute addition, subtraction and also multiplication. So from fourth generation onwards, people started buying this kinds of machines for their personal uses. Okay, so this is belonging to evolution of computing machine. Evolution of computing machines means nowadays in everywhere we are using computer. Normally in everywhere we are using internet also, so definitely we require a computer for performing some special tasks. So without computer we can't live in today's world, because in computer that means computer great importance in today's world. So that's why evolution of computing machine starts from abacus to supercomputer. So in this video we are going to discuss some important terms of computer. Important terms. In the journey from abacus to supercomputer, some special terms were introduced. That terms we are going to discuss in this video. So we will start with the learning objectives. So first we will discuss a name called Augusta Ada King. She is known as she is known as the first programmer in the world. Why she is known as first programmer in the world? Then after that we will discuss different types of languages. In computer, there are different types of languages are available. All that languages we are going to discuss. And also we are going to classify these languages according to their symbols. Then next step was algorithm, or what is the connection with algorithm and also program. At last topic was Turing machine. Alan M. Turing, a scientist called Alan M. Turing invented a machine called Turing machine. What is the speciality of that machine and why that machine is known as predecessor of modern computer? Okay, so these are the four topics that we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, so we will start with the first, programmer. Okay, then you already know Charles Babbage is known as father of computer science. Okay, father of computer science, because he invented two machines, analytical engine and difference engine. Okay, two machines, analytical engine and also difference engine. The first machine was difference engine. After that means due to the lack of technology, that machine was never built. Then after that another machine was introduced, that is analytical engine. You know the features of analytical engine. In analytical engine, there is one section called store and also mill were present. Store represent memory in our modern computer and mill represent processor. Okay, that analytical engine is also known as the core of modern computer. From that section or from that machine's part, modern computer were introduced. Okay, so you know the speciality of analytical engine. In analytical engine, punched cards were used as input medium. Punched cards were used as input medium. So definitely the representation or the data representation on the punched card want to make. So for making that kind of representation in punched card, Charles Babbage's assistant called, what is her name? Augusta Ada King. Augusta Ada King. Okay, Charles Babbage's assistant created the patterns on punched card with some special steps. Okay, the patterns, I think in one of the video I already shown the picture of punched card. You know, in punched cards with punched holes. So different patterns of holes will be represented in punched card. So for the representation of that punched card is treated as the first programming. How the data is represented in punched card. So for representing data in a punched card, definitely human effort is must. So definitely one person is required for representing data on punched card. For representing data on punched card, Charles Babbage's assistant introduced some steps for representing data on a particular punched card. So that's why she is known as the first programmer in the world. Very important one word question. Who is known as the first programmer in the world? Augusta Ada King or Augusta Ada Lovelace. Okay, the full name of this Augusta Ada King, because she created some steps, especially algorithms, step-by-step execution for representing data on punched cards. Clear? So that's why she is known as the first programmer in the world. She is also Charles Babbage's assistant. She assisted him for the creation of analytical engine and also difference engine. Clear? So that was our first topic. Then next one, computer only understood binary languages. Okay, computer only understood binary language or machine level language. So next we are going to discuss the different types of languages that we are using in computer. So we will start with machine level language. Machine level language, or one more name is a binary language. The first language was machine level language or binary language. Machine level language or binary language means it is very complex to use and it is very complex to write because it contains only zeros and ones. Okay, zeros and ones or yes or no pattern. So in first generation computer, they were using machine level language. That's why these kinds of machines are not user friendly machines, because it is very complex for representing information using machine or binary language. So the first language was machine or binary language. Then in second generation onwards, the concept of programming language were introduced. Okay, from second generation onwards, the concept called programming language were introduced. That means programming language should be user friendly language. So in second generation, another type of language were introduced, that is assembly language. Okay, assembly language. Assembly language means in assembly language we can use English like words, but it is not a user friendly language. And it's also this kind of language, and assembly language programs also machine dependent program. We can't copy program from one computer to another because it is also known as machine dependent programming languages. Then next one, the third language was high level language. High level languages means user friendly languages. Then C++ is belonging to high level language category. Okay, whatever language we are using, assembly language, high level language, which language we are using, we need a translator because computer only understood machine level language or binary language. So whichever language we are interacting or whichever language we are using, first thing is that language want to convert into machine level format. So definitely it require a translator or compilator for converting from one language from one to another, from high level or assembly level to machine level language. Then a scientist named Dr. Grace Hopper. Grace Hopper, scientist name. He invented a programming language called A0 programming language. A0 programming language. This was considered as the first language, and he used that language in UNIVAC 1 computer. UNIVAC 1 computer means, what is the speciality of UNIVAC 1 computer? This was the first universally successful computer, and it is belonging to first generation computer. So what is the scientist name? Dr. Grace Hopper. He invented a language. What is that language name? A0 language. A0 language means definitely it is belonging to which category? Machine level language category, and it is not a user friendly language. Using that language, UNIVAC will execute some kinds of data processing. Clear? So these are the three types of programming languages. We will start with machine or binary language. Machine or binary languages may consist of 0 and 1. It is very complex pattern. Error correction is that means error correction rate is very big because we can't easily identify the error. Then next one, assembly language. Assembly language means in assembly language we are using symbols. Symbols means codes we can use. For example, if you want to print something, then we can use print. Then all the working is based on register. Register means the registers present in our computer. So it is also not user friendly, but in assembly language we can use English like words we can use. Then high level language. High level language means commonly used language, user friendly language. Example is C, C++, Java. These all are belonging to high level language category. Clear? So these are the 3 types of languages. If we know the languages, then we can interact with the computer. So if we know the language, then we can definitely create programs. So next important term in computing. Next one is programs. If we know the language, then we can definitely write programs. So if we know the basics of that program concept, statement, then operators, then we can easily write a program. But normally for a beginner, we will not start with programs. Okay, we will not start with program. So before started writing program, first thing is you want to create the design. In which manner you want to perform that program. For performing that programs or for converting our statement into program, first thing is you want to create algorithms. Very important terms because in this year we are going to deal with different types of algorithm because for beginning program or before the program coding, one step is there that is known as algorithm. Algorithm means a step by step of a problem. Suppose we are getting a problem, you want to write a program to find the average of 3 numbers. Suppose we are getting a question. If you are the beginner, that means you don't know the program, then you can't write program easily. Because first thing is you want to study the step-by-step procedure. If you know the step-by-step procedure, then we can easily convert that into program. Not in C++, in any of the language. So for your practical, this year you will be having the practical exam. Practical will be in practical, definitely you want to include C++ program. So along with C++ program, you want to write algorithm because the examiner will check the algorithm first. If your algorithm is correct, then definitely your program also will be correct. Okay, so algorithm means it is not relating to program. No program statements we are using. We are writing the step by step in our own words. That is known as algorithm. Okay, so that means the designing the steps for a problem we are using algorithm. After constructing algorithm, that statements we are converting into programs. Okay, so that is algorithm. A step-by-step procedure for solving a problem is known as algorithm. So algorithm is must for problem solving. So when you started writing algorithm, then you can easily convert that algorithms into programs. Clear? So you remember what is meant by algorithm? Algorithm is a step-by-step procedure for solving a particular problem. We can't start writing program at first. So first you want to learn some steps, then only we can start writing programs. Clear? So that is algorithms. Then one more topic is left. That was our last topic in this chapter. Alan M. Turing. Okay, you know who is the father of computer? Charles Babbage. Then there one more scientist, mathematician, cryptographer, scientist, Alan M. Turing. Okay, he invented a machine called Turing machine. Turing machine. Then this Turing machine, from that machine, artificial intelligence concept were introduced. That means this scientist proposed a question: can machine think like humans, or can machines think? From that question, a branch of computer were introduced. What is that? AI, or artificial intelligence. So that's why he is also known as father of computer science and father of artificial intelligence. And also he introduced the concept of algorithm for making programming easier. Okay. Then the speciality of Turing machine. In that he invented a machine called Turing machine. In that Turing machine, there is one tape is available. Tape is attached with read or write header. So nowadays, instead of tape, we are using memory in computer with read or write head. We can read information and also we can write information. Read or write means we can extract information and also we can copy information into memory. So with read or write head and also paper tape, and also he created. Then the speciality of the machine is the computer is checking some information. That means in that tape some of the values are represented in row wise manner. That means 0, 1 and then blank space and 0 like that. So in tape reader means the read or write head will check whether is there any value present in this block. Here 0 is present, then it will represent information 0 is present. If it is 0, then no. That means according to the value we will get. If it is 1, according to value 1 instruction will be there. That instructions are known as programs. For executing Turing machine, he invented a tape with some values. Some of the block is already filled with a number and some other that means kept empty. Then if the machine is working, the read or write head will check whether is there any value present in that tape. If any value present, then if 0 is present, some set of instructions will come. Then if 1 is present, then some set of instructions will come. If it is empty, then it will move to the next row. Okay, so in which manner the Turing machine want to work, and some set of instruction also already written by that scientist, that means Alan M. Turing. That set of instruction is termed as program, that means today's programs. Then that read or write head is treated as memory in our computer. Read or write head means we can read and also we can write information. Okay, so next I am going to show the picture of Turing machine. What are the specialities of Turing machine? Please look at the picture. In that picture itself, you can identify one tape is present. No, one tape is present. In that tape, a Turing machine consists of an infinitely long tape which acts like a memory in our computer. The cells on the tape are usually blank at the start and can be written with the symbols. Zeros and 1 we can use for representing symbols in a Turing machine. At each step, the machine can read the symbol. Okay, at each step, machine can read the symbol on the cell under the head, edit the symbol and move the tape left or right according to the instruction, so that the machine can read and edit the symbols in the neighboring cells. Then, in modern terms, the tape serves as the memory while the read-write heads is the memory bus through which data is accessed and updated by the machine. The initial arrangement of symbol of the cells on the tape corresponds to the input given to the computer. Initial arrangement of tape is leading to the input. Then the steps of the Turing machine correspond to the running of the computer for a given input. Each part of the rules specify the operation. That operations are also known as programs in modern computer. Okay, so he invented a machine that leads to the predecessor of modern computer, and the technology that used in Turing machine is adopted by some of the scientists, and nowadays in our machine also we are interacting with the computer with the language or some special kind of languages. So that interaction is taking place with the help of Turing machine. The Turing machines that tape from left to right, in which manner the tape want to move. So that instruction is later termed as programs. Okay, clear. So the contribution of Alan M. Turing into computer science, so that's why he is known as father of computer science, and also he invented algorithms and also the concept of artificial intelligence. Okay, clear. So these are the terms that we are discussing in this video. So we concluded this chapter because only this much is present in this chapter. It's a very small chapter. 3 sections are present: generations, evolution and evolution of number system, and also some special terms that we are using in computing. Okay, so that what we studied in this chapter, first one was first programmer Augusta Ada Lovelace is known as the first programmer in the world. Then after that we seen different types of languages: binary language, then assembly language, and also high level languages. And then Dr. Grace Hooper created a language called A0 language that was used, or that is considered as the first language. It was used in UNIVAC 1 computers. Then algorithm, step by step procedure for algorithm, step by step procedure for algorithm for computing machine. And then theory of computing, how the computer is executing the program. So with the help of Turing machine, Alan M. Turing introduced a concept, can machine think like humans? Okay, clear? So these are the topics. Then you want to write two questions in your notebook. First question, what are the different types of languages that we are using in computing? Different types of languages. Explain different types of languages. After that, you want to write the importance of Turing machine. Okay, or the working of Turing machine. These two questions you want to write in your notebook. Okay, so hope you understood the concept of Turing machine and all. So the remaining section or the revision we will discuss in the next video. Okay then, thank you.